Seriously, I would rather punch myself in the balls than fucking play Crucible for fun.
Alright, I'll get the camera. Stop recording.
Right.
Prove how much you hate Crucible then.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. We're down one today. We don't have Marva. He's busy. I'm not too well if you can kind of hear my voice. So it's just me and Green here. We're basically chatting about some parts of the TWAB that came out this week to do with next season, specifically the dungeon and the events. So yeah, if you're Green, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm playing with my cat.
He's playing with his cat. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay. Here's the first one I have here, which is the Solstice just stole. Solstice just Solstice, not Stolcis. That's, and the basic quotations here says, "That's right. We stopped the of heroes from the name of our summer event, and are just going with the Solstice, the Solstice part of the name. While we've got a new name, and we'll have a beautiful new floral arrangements adorning the tower during the event. Those similar with Solstice events from the past should still feel right at home. As in previous years, there will be an awesome set of armor to pursue. Only this time, instead of completing armor objectives and collecting keys and package consumables, you'll also be completing event challenges. More of those in a bit, to make progress towards your ultimate glowing masterpiece of bodily protection." Which sounds pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Because it was really annoying, like, because I could say for like previous experiences from the other seasons, I never finished the armor because I just haven't had enough time or the patience to go through all the stipulations for the armor. To get.
Because, I mean,
yeah.
I'll admit, yes, it was engaging and it had different activities. For God's sake, why did I have to do 8 different things for 5 pieces of armor?
Yeah, it was like that and more because you had to do it for each step as well.
Fair point, yeah.
Yeah, so it says here, one of the biggest changes you'll notice with the Solstice is we've changed this armor experience a lot. Players will only upgrade one set of armor throughout the event, while you can get multiple instances of a helmet, for example. Upgrading armor will allow you to reroll its stats, and the stat potential of the armor will be shared across those drops. So basically, it seems like it'll be upgrading the armor, but as soon as you get that like new piece of armor, you can get it from random drops basically, and get the better rolls for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time trying to get a better roll of something that I worked really hard just to get one of.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to either, but it's nice to know that it's basically saying that there's one set of armor, but if you want to get better rolls, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, another new feature coming to Solstice is an activity in the European aerial zone called the Bonfire Bash, where Guardians will be building and stoking what can only be described as a paracausal bonfire, while the enemies of the summer fun, including the Taken, Cabal, and Hive and Fallen, will be attempting to crash the party and extinguish the fires. In your mission to guard the flames from the wave after wave of incoming enemies, we've made it easier to traverse the EDZ, adding floating islands and removing building barriers for maximum movability.
So wait. So we're essentially getting zombies, but with a little bit of... Oh shit, that's floating islands in it. A little bit of... I want to say Mario with it? I don't know.
What instance for Mario?
I don't know, I just...
I was thinking Plants vs Zombies.
Wait, what? Plants
thinking,
vs. Zombies?
I was thinking Plants vs Zombies, like we have to defend the thing. Basically, it's just defending a thing, isn't it not?
I mean, yeah. It's basically like Control, but with PvE.
Yeah, basically it's like a Control for PvP, except it's with Taken, Cabal, Hive, and Fallen. and there's a few
yeah.
extra modifiers. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yes.
And hopefully that's alongside the other one, because I was not saying I hated it, but well, I say liked it, but I didn't hate it. So it'll be good to like have more than just one activity for each event, because that kind of leads it to be really stale
Yes.
after like the first week or two.
Well, you know what? I want us to really go back to like the D1 tower. Yes, I realize it's not original, but this tower fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, I'll come back to that tower thing, because I have a theory for how that could work out later. But that's pretty much the last thing, having this little card, because the way I've done this is basically have it in little cards, which I've screenshotted from the actual TWAB, which is look for more detail.
Bro,
Yeah.
you have like this deck of slide cards sitting next to you.
Yeah, except it's on Discord because I sent it to you guys, so you can see it as well. Look for more details on Solstice armor and upgrades, and Bonfire Bash as we get more closer to the launch of Solstice. So basically, that's that. Okay.
Basically, it's just a shit show.
Yeah. So which I'm more looking forward to, making me look more forward to in terms of events, which I haven't really been looking forward to previously. Wait, this is the next one? Yeah, this is the next one. Which is basically introducing the event card. With our Solstice event, we'll be introducing a new feature called the event card in much the same way that seasonal challenges introduced an easy to understand and find list of goals you can complete in a season. The event card does the same for Destiny 2's annual events. When Solstice begins, players will gain the access to the event card, which includes new points of interest to explore, and including event challenges, event seals and titles, and unique event rewards. So it kind of says there, which will be brought up in another card later on, but seals and titles, which is more of incentive to players more, which
To
is
get your shit done.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, you know what I just realized?
What?
The new season comes out on the 24th, and the dungeon. I'm just
Is
an
it the
idiot.
24th?
I
I
realized
thought it was the
the dungeon
25th.
comes out. Dude, yeah, the season comes out on the 24th because it's the 23rd today.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, today. Yeah, so it comes out. So the dungeon comes out. Yeah. Why am I now just realizing this? Why am I now just realizing the dungeon comes out 3 days after the new season starts?
Yeah, they said it comes out on Friday. Which, by the
Yeah,
way, we will
it's-
be streaming. Oh, well, not streaming, but recording and then uploading as soon as we've done it.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I thought it said it was gonna come out like a week after the season started, so like next
Nope,
Friday,
same week.
not
Same week.
yesterday. Okay, yeah, that's a good thing to know. I'm
Yeah.
about to grind the shit out of this.
But in terms of the season titles, yeah. So every event card will be available for free to all players and can be accessed by sorry, by interacting with Evil Levante in the tower, or via the quest tab right next to the seasonal challenges. If the event cards and their associated challenges and rewards can be accessed but for the entire event before disappearing once the corresponding event ends. Which makes sense that the event would end when the event ends. You lose access to the challenges, but
I mean, yes, but
pretty cool in my image. And I'm assuming this image here, which you Green, if you look at the Discord, you'll see, is that I'm assuming that's what the challenge card's gonna look like, or the event challenge card, which looks cool.
oh
It's,
yeah,
it's yellow and it's got like a sign on it.
bro, looks like the kind of thing you make your credit card.
Yeah. Though I will say though, I'm not sure if this is exclusively for the Solstice event or if this is for all of them, because this might be exclusively for the Solstice. Because if you look, that looks like sun, which is very Solstice-ish. And
Yes.
now I'm looking at it, that helmet. Doesn't that look like a helmet which you've ever had before?
Which one are you looking at?
So if you look at the second image I sent, you can see there's a helmet behind like the main image. Is that the helmet for one of the new helmets for the Warlock Hunter Titan?
Well, let me take a little look-see.
Because if it is, they're taking a very different style from the last couple of events.
Kind of. I would say it kind of looks like the Titans, but it's got horns, so yeah, it
Yeah.
might be a new design. But fuck.
From
no.
what I could see from like the shading and all that, it looks very similar to Anthem in terms of like the style of the armor.
We do not mention that heresy.
Well, actually, no. Actually, you take that back. It looks a bit. You know how the Exo head's kind of like the way the technology looks, the way it's shaped. It looks a bit like an Exo head.
Okay, I'm kind of reminds me of the Doom guy's helmet now that I really look at it.
I guess that, yeah, or like a Spartan helmet if we want to go that deep.
Really? A Spartan? What
Yeah.
the fuck is this, Halo?
Well,
I mean, they
it was in Halo
I'm-
5. You could have seen that with not that hard of a difficulty to find one helmet like that.
a fair point, yeah.
And also,
Is that what,
you carry on.
bro? If we start getting fucking Spartan from Destiny, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I would love that. Also, next to the helmet, is that a new weapon as well?
I don't know.
Because that looks like a
It's kind of-
shotgun.
No, it looks like Deadman. Just,
Oh, it might
well,
be
the
Dead Man.
I mean, I could be wrong, and it also could not be Deadman, but
I mean,
wait a second.
pretty sure that'll be the
Remember
first.
that?
I might be wrong
Remember
here,
that?
but this I think this will be the first new exotic for the seasonal event since the Heir Apparent.
Oh yeah.
I might be wrong about that.
Well, Heir Apparent was good, but yeah. Remember fucking where is it? Shit. Anyway,
You're becoming
so-
really echoey. Like you're kind of like quiet echoey.
Bro, I'm yelling down a tunnel. Ah.
Maybe you were saying.
Alright, so remember that one YouTube video I sent you about how they, where it was looking like they had fallen gear on and the.
Oh yeah,
Crucible
actually took actually pretty sure I screenshot something of that video as well and sent it into the chat. Let me see if I can find
Yeah,
it.
you did. Yeah, but you remember that golden long-looking weapon the Warlock had, right?
Yeah.
That's what that weapon made me think of. The
Ooh,
one in
I see
the
that, yeah.
the one sitting next to the helmet.
I'll resend that into the thing so we can actually have a look at that properly. Yeah, the gold weapon there, yeah. Actually, it looks similar, yeah, but I don't think it's the exact same weapon.
Yeah, not the exact same weapon, because I will argue that it does kind of look like Duality, just chunkier,
Yeah.
but
That or the Polaris Lance from.
no, dude, Polaris. No, hold on, let me.
It's
look
been a
at
while since I've
Polaris.
seen the weapon, so it might not, but it kind of has a similar shape of like the butt of the gun, if that's the right term for the gun.
It is, but Polaris. Fuck, I haven't used it in that long. I don't remember if it's secondary or primary.
Yeah, it's a primary, I'm pretty sure.
Nope, it's a secondary. Good guess
Oh,
though.
then. I'm not in this right now, so I can't check.
I am. The perfect. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't look like Polaris. Polaris is a lot more chunkier.
Mm. It could be an ornament.
Yeah, but Polaris only has one ornament, and yeah, Polaris only has one ornament. It's called Aikilos. Shit, I forgot his name. Yeah, it's called Aikilos Field Tuning, and it all it does is make the barrels smoother, not fatter. But yeah, it doesn't really look like Polaris with its skin on, unless it's a new one. Then maybe.
Maybe, yeah. But okay, we'll come back to that later because that's a very interesting point you mentioned.
Yes.
So where we were back on the on the terms of the one I was looking just before at the card. there's only a little bit on the bottom here, which is let's take a look at some of individual parts of the event card. Yeah, so basically, now goes into a bit more here, which is the event challenges, which, like seasonal challenges, event challenges are objectives that players can complete and to earn rewards, and certain events challenges will award players with familiar items such as event shaders, emblems, and other gear, and they'll also grant event tickets. Every event challenge will be available for players to complete right when the event starts, so you won't need to wait until the next week for additional challenges to become available. Event challenges can be complete in any order and at any point while the event is active. Which is good.
Yes.
So I was just doing this up. Okay. So now we're back to the event seals and titles, which is I would say the more interesting change they've done to the event, which it says here, in addition to the event challenges, we've also going to introduce event seals and titles that you can earn. There are 2 types of event-based seals that players can work towards. There is the individual event seals, and then a new multi-seal title. Oh, that's not what it says there. A new multi-event seal. There you go.
So what? Is it one that changes or no?
I think it says here. I'm assuming that the individual one is for an individual season, and then the multi one is for every single like in terms of a year of events. So it looks like a lot of work basically. So it says here, starting with Solstice this year, each Destiny event will come with a season, with a seal that players can complete, as well as guild. Completing these event seals is as simple as completing all the event challenges on the event card. Finishing every event challenge. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude! The first thing I see when I open my YouTube is the Destiny 2 channel having the seasonal trailer premiere. I'm setting me a reminder for this shit.
That's funny. Anyway. What was it? Yeah. Finishing every event challenge will automatically earn you seal progress and unlock the title for that seal. Gilding event seals will require completing additional triumphs that will only become available once the standard seal has been completed. Gilding lasts until the event begins again the following year. Progress on individual events seals can be tracked directly in the event card by hovering over the card on the left-hand side of the screen, or by viewing the event seal from the Triumphs page. So you say?
So basically, so correct me if I'm wrong. The individual seals are what, past triumphs now coming back, or what? That you can collect.
Wait, explain.
So I'm kind of confused. So basically, what you can do is say there was a trial, there was a title for Season of the Splicer. It would be coming back, and you could unlock it, or what?
No. Basically, what it is basically it's a seal for that event. And basically, if you complete that seal during the event, you have the title for that seal until the next that event starts the next year.
So basically, like Dawning, Solstice, whatever the Halloween was,
Festival
I forgot. Yes.
So basically, say if you did the event for, if you got the seal and title for Solstice, this year, you'll have that seal until Solstice next year.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, for the most part. Okay. There are also a new multi-event seal that event-loving players will be able to work towards. Starting with Solstice, players can complete a certain number of events event challenges in each of the 4 yearly Destiny events to complete the seal. This means that the earliest players can complete this season, complete the multi-event seal will be Guardian Games of next year, and doing so will also earn them a unique event title. You'll also be able to guild this new seal after completing the standard version, and we'll be sharing more details on how to do this in the coming year.
You dying again?
Yep, my dyslexic ass is struggling to read all this. So in terms of that, have you got any qualms or anything you like, anything you dislike about that in terms of the seals?
Honestly, my one nitpick is the hell are we getting R3.0, because I'd love to mod the hell out of my Thunder Crash just to be insta-die.
Right, okay. I'm not sure how that has any context with... Never mind.
Yeah, my concerns aren't with anything that's going on right now, because, I mean, yes, it's important that all of this is happening, but I'm kind of just not interested.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Like the new dungeon. It was speculated that it'd be surrounded by Warmine, or I don't remember.
I'll get to that when we get to that card, which is, I believe, the next... Well, actually, I think this is here, isn't it? When is that? Oh, it's the next... Not the next one, the one after. But this is the last event one we got here. There's a lot of event ones here, wow. Okay, so upgraded event cards, rewards. A new event means new event-themed cosmetics for Guardian Games to customize their experience. While those items have traditionally been part of Ever's store, with the upcoming Sources event, we will curate a collection of those items as unique rewards through the event card itself. These rewards will only be available through the event card during their initial release, but like most of our cosmetics, there is also a chance they'll become available again via Eververse at a future date. That's good, because it means there's going to be more ways to earn it without spending silver or bright dust, which I'm sure will make people happy.
Yes, because I almost didn't have enough bright dust to buy a floating finish, and I would have been underway for it.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty low on bright dust as well.
Yeah.
While the event card and event challenges rewards are free for all players, acquiring these extra cosmetic rewards will require players to purchase the upgraded event card. Upgrading the event card will cost 1,000 silver and immediately grant players with an exotic reward bundle. Players can then acquire even more rewards by spending the event tickets they collect from the event challenges. The overall value of the upgraded event card will vary somewhat, but it's expected to regularly exceed 3,000 silver. That's a lot of silver. I don't even know how much that is in like pounds or dollars, but not cheap.
I'm sure as shit. Because, I mean, what? Hold on, let me check it. Fucking open. I think just 500 silver, $7.
Wow.
So, yeah, 1,000 fucking silver. $10. That's $30. Fuck. You could buy a small game for that shit.
And
You
it
should
says
buy Minecraft for
and it
that
says here
shit.
regularly exceed.
Oh god.
So it means it'll go more than that. But you get all this from what roughly looks like what it says here, 1,000 silver. So you get roughly £30 or more worth of silver-based items for only £10 or $10.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to say that's a gone like a deal, because it's still money at the end of the day, and it's up to you what you like want to do with it and all that. But you're getting more out of it than you seem to be not getting out of it. So
It's certainly an interesting transaction.
yeah, and then it says the items here. There's 4 items with a description. The rest are to be determined. That's what the TBD means. But the ones that is known are the hot dog eating champ, which is the exotic emote, which will be with part of the instant exotic boost. The
So
sunny.
basically, alright. So just to curiosity, my understanding is with that emote, you'd be sitting in the middle of the tower, just seeing some dude down a hot dog the size of his head.
Sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it also says champ, so that means he's even eating loads or eating a massive one.
Good God.
Probably just the most American, what's it called, emote you could probably have.
Fuck off.
Yeah, as a part of the instant reward bonuses here is a sunny exotic ghost shell, which is exotic ghost shell. And also, this is the interesting one, the Iris Gossamer, Gossamer, I think that's how you say it, which is a legendary shader.
Huh.
I'm brain dead.
Bro.
I said, oh, this is interesting, because I thought it said exotic in my head, and for some reason legendary was that. It's not. Legendary is the purple one. Sorry, got my hopes up, got your hopes up. It's just a legendary shader.
Fucking hell.
Part of the reason why I think that happens is because it said you get an exotic reward bundle, and it's part of the instant rewards you get. So why you get a legendary, Bungie? Okay. And then part of the rewards which you have to have tickets for, the only one which is actually named in that is the skateboarding emote, which is an exotic emote. And then the rest don't have names or descriptions.
Legendary, you fuck.
Huh?
Dude, skateboarding is legendary. You said it was exotic.
I'm just brain dead.
For you're as brain dead as me. Welcome to the club.
Yep. Okay, but now when does the to be determined ones, which I'm gonna get this right now. This is a legendary ghost hologram. You need a ticket for that. Then there's an exotic ship. You need a ticket for that. Exotic ghost hologram. You need a ticket for that. And a legendary transmat effect. You'll need a ticket for that. Okay, and then there's also a hint here, which is, if you ain't sure whether you'll complete the event, wait until the last week to make sure the purchase and see how many event tickets you have accumulated. But don't wait until the very last minute, because event tickets will expire once the event ends and the event card goes away. We can't wait for everyone to jump into the experience and all the new Solstice changes we have in store. See you in July. And that's the end of the event things out here. Ooh.
Oh shit! So, fuck! I'm gonna really have to grind out this. That's fun.
Yeah, which has actually got me interested, because I've never really been too much of a fan of the events in this game. So this could be a really good turnaround for that. I might actually spend some time in the events, but we'll see.
Yeah, but my one nitpick is that they made a sparrow I really want. They made it where I have to play fucking trials to get it.
They'll see that later. Trust me, that's further down the list, but they'll see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now the power progression, the next one. So this is basically just small little things, but I may as well read them out. Which is the power bands have been increased for the new season. So the power floor, which is basically what everyone starts at if they start a new game or whatever, is 1350, which is unchanged. Then the soft cap, which is basically when your normal legendaries or blues stop getting better, is 1510, which was 1500 before. And the powerful cap, which used to be 1560, is 1560 now. used to be 50-50, 1550, sorry, dyslexia. And then the hard cap, which is the max, is now 1570, which was up from 1560 from this season. The power character boost, power boost, has also been increased to 1510 with the new soft cap as well. Which is expected because they said before that every season from now on will have a 10 level boost, basically, apart from event ones where I think they'll go up by 200 or 300 or something like that. So that's good. Means something to grind about. And also, obviously, the 1570 could be exceeded with bonus power levels. So, yeah, it's fun. Then Vault Space, which people are apparently quite happy with. Not completely happy with because it's not infinite, but yeah, it says.
Well, I don't get the point. What the fuck is the point of that?
I
Why do
don't.
people store shit?
I mean, I store some stuff, but yeah.
No, the only thing I store are duplicates of exotics I already have.
I think that's exactly the point.
I mean, I dispose most of them. I don't give a shit if they're a good roll or not. I can't tell anyway, so it don't matter to me.
Okay. But basically,
I'm here to have fun, not worry about what's going to get me through fucking a game of Crucible.
Okay. Well, it says here basically in terms of vault space, which is the vault space has been increased by 100. So basically, it used to be 500, and now it's 600. And it says here under that with, while we know this doesn't enable players to save every single piece of loot in the game, the team was able to pull some strings and get a little more space for your vaults as they continue to investigate future solutions. So there's more space if you want to put stuff in there.
Yes.
And then Xur, which I found this one a bit more funny, which is Xur's inventory should no longer be different if players manage to find him at the destination shortly after the weekly reset happens on Tuesday. He will still reappear with new gifts from the 9 when he returns at his regularly scheduled time on Friday. While his will is not his own, he needs a break each week. No more working overtime, which I find kind of funny. Because basically people were hostaging him basically for new loot and new roles, but they fixed that now. So now Xur can finally have his break for the week.
Give it 24 hours. Somebody will find out how to hold him hostage again.
Yeah, he's basically the 9 will say, "Yep, nope, Xur, you can't come home."
Bro, yeah, I'm just waiting. Yeah.
Okay. And now this one, which I think Green you'll be really interested with, is the final information card I have, which is dungeon diving. So
Nani?
This is the new dungeon. So next week we are launching the brand new dungeon on Friday, May the 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. The recommended power to enter, the normal difficulty is going to be 1550. Mass difficulty will be live at live day 1 as well, but we'll leave those entry requirements for you to see on next week. Yep, so that's going to be interesting. So it seems like they're putting everything out at once, which is interesting. We're going to let you discover where you'll be going and what you'll be doing for yourselves, but we've wanted to give you a quick tease at what rewards you can expect to earn once you're inside. So again, they're being very secretive about what's happening next season, and because they're being this leads me to think the reason they're being secretive about the dungeon as well. It could be just secretive in general, but I feel like it's going to be something related to the story. So
For shit, it will be. But honestly, I bet they're gonna make us run that dungeon multiple times just to do parts of the story for this season.
I don't. Okay, when I mean like that, I don't mean like normally like the events are like their own kind of thing, but I feel like this will be connected to the story in the sense that Okay, it's got this. It shares a boss, or it shares a location, or something.
That's a possibility too.
Because I doubt they would
yes.
force normal, like casual players to do a dungeon. I doubt.
Especially one that nobody knows how to do.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
so the high level look at the new awards available in the new dungeon on next Friday. So there'll be one new armor set per class, so Hunter, Warlock, and Titan.
Yep.
But this thing here, which I looked at earlier, which is the Artifice versions, can also be acquired by Master Difficulty. So I'm assuming this is talking about armor because it's a sub point. But Artifice, when I googled it, it basically means intelligence or the knowledge and cunning. So that gives me the hint of Seraphine or Witch Queen, which makes me think the dungeon.
Which makes you. Yeah, we'll be in the throne world,
In
right?
the Throne World, yeah. I got a feeling it's going to be in the Throne World, or at the very least connected to something that Seraphine did in a certain location. We don't.
Bro,
know
we
where.
already got Hive and Grasp of Avarice. I don't think we need another Hive dungeon.
For all
That
I
we
know,
got-
for all we know, it could be in the Ascendant Realm of the Hive. We don't know.
Dude, we have the Pit of Heresy, which is a Hive dungeon. We don't need another one.
Yeah, but I'm just trying
And
to
wait a minute, there is one in the Ascended Plane, the Shattered Throne, which is
No, that-
also
that's
Hive.
That's not the Hive. Okay, that's not the Hive's Ascendant Plane. It's Ascendant Plane, yes, but it's not the Hive's part of it. Because if you think about it, every time we read into the Hive's version, it looks noticeably Hive. But I'll let you have that argument point. But it could be that we go to where we go to the Ascendant Plane of where Seraphine's like court was, basically, like we went in Season of the Arrivals. But instead of being Seraphine there, because she recently left the darkness, that it's the Scorn there instead.
And yes, because I mean, it'd be interesting to see if anything. Ooh, it'll be really interesting to find out what happened to Fikrul the Fanatic, because I mean,
Vikra, yeah.
he was mentioned in the story of Witch Queen, but only briefly.
Yeah, they said
I
he
mean,
ran away from the shore recently.
You know, it'd be really funny if we found his corpse.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, that's where the Bungie's going. But yeah, it says also in terms of the list here, 4 new weapons and then 2 reprised weapons. So there'll be 2 returning weapons and 4 new weapons with the dungeon. 1 exotic weapon and catalyst, so I'm assuming they'll be connected. 1 exotic
Like
accessory,
Gal-
so basically a ship or sparrow. And then 2 legendary emblems. So basically the standard loot, basically. But in terms of the weapon... Once again?
I said the standard loot for any dungeon.
Yeah, but in terms of the weapon and the catalyst, which I'm assuming is connected, because it would be really odd if they had a random catalyst for something else and not for the exotic weapon they just added.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be a reprised weapon because they just did that with an old dungeon, like the Grasp of Avarice. I don't think it'll be a reprised exotic. My theory I
Probably.
had, which is that one picture with the fall on it, is that sword with the furthest character away, which just has like a snake on it, or like at least like a thing attached to that sword. That's what I think it
Yeah.
might be. So
It's a good difference.
yeah. Also, it says here, assuming you plan to brave the challenges that await you, those are the treasures you can claim. The best way to get this dungeon as well. Okay, so basically this is at the bottom is it's basically saying how you can get it with the deluxe edition of Witch Queen, or you can buy the dungeon pass or the dungeon key from the Eververse for 2,000 silver. Very interesting stuff. Which I believe is the first time they actually done it, where you don't actually have to purchase DLC for the dungeon. You can just buy the dungeon itself, which is interesting.
Yes, because you had to buy the 30th anniversary pack just to have Grasp of Avarice.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, but now
we're just to the images now. Which is now the Trials armor. Which in terms of the Trials armor, I'm assuming the character to the furthest left is a Titan, the character to the furthest right is a Hunter, and the one which is kneeling down is the Warlock. But looks pretty nice, I'd say. It's got a very bulky Hunter armor.
considering it's True of all things.
Yeah, it looks really nice. The best I don't really know how to talk about because it looks cool, yeah. But it looks a bit like a mash between the original trials that they added in Destiny 2, then the new one, and then kind of the Dawning Armor mixed in together, and that's what we get. And I talk the original Dawning Armor for Destiny 2.
Huh.
And so this threw that in the blender, and then that's what you got. But very nice, nevertheless. And then this is the Sparrow Green was mentioning earlier, which I believe looks pretty cool, and I think Green would agree. The Sparrow looks very nice.
Yes.
I think it's in terms of shape, I think it's very similar to the other Sparrow, but the fact that there's like these feathers on it is pretty cool. And something like I think kind of cool is, on the sides of it, if you look at the image Green, it looks a bit like Deimos from Warframe, the art from Deimos' buildings.
Oh.
It looks very similar to that. Though it's kind of replaced with more Egyptian symbols and that, so there's that.
Yes, true.
Yep. And then I wanted to throw the image here one more time, which is the one which we were mentioning with the one which I thought looked like Polaris Lance, or the duality, or just a weapon in general, which we saw earlier. Then there's the sword, which I think on the top corner, with the character that there's a sword on his back. That's the one I mentioned there. But if you look at the closest character, it's a hunter cloak, which it looks very similar to the Fallen. So, and I'm not sure about the other pieces of the armor, but that kind of makes it very, very hinted upon at the very least that something, if not the main theme of this next season, is Fallen related. Which you agree?
If it is, then it's good to see Mithrax again.
Yeah, that's the one point I wanted to mention though, because the shading on them, you can't really tell if it's purple or blue. So it could be the House of Dusk, I believe they're called, or it could be the House of Light. We just don't know. But
It'd be pretty weird for wearing the House of Dusk stuff, because we have. Admittedly, it does sound like a fun thing, but
it's possible though. It's definitely not impossible.
Definitely.
And I'm pretty sure Green mentions as well, not here though, that the area they're in, which looks very similar to an area in the Queen's throne world, is the new Crucible map. You can't really see it in this image because it's really zoomed in because I wanted to get the art pieces and fit the picture. But you can probably find the actual picture somewhere online, and it's basically in the throne world, and it's part of the new Crucible map, which is cool. Now, what do we think for the future, Green? You were mentioning earlier that one place, the Stronghold, with Rasputin.
Yes, I would yes, I realize they already did it with Rise of Iron, but it would be very cool to see Siva again.
That I agree with.
Because, the only thing that we have that's remotely related to Siva's Outbreak Perfected, and that's about it.
Yeah, and there's some ornaments as well, and a ship, I believe. But yeah, that's a good point. And also it was hit that, like I said, I think it was a Nightfall stronghold, which basically it hints upon that Rasputin's linked to it, and it was linked pretty much this season. I think we got basically got information for that this season. So it's fresh news. Though the more we get into this season that's coming in, it might not. I definitely think it's in the next couple of seasons, but I don't think it maybe have anything to do with Rasputin this next season. I could be wrong, but I don't think we will. Especially the Fallen related. Because if they did like another Fallen season with like Warmind tech, they'll be very on the nose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, basically be copying Rise of Iron, but let's give them the excuse to bring Wrath of the Machine back.
That is also true.
But I would prefer to do the Taken King because, I mean...
And also the raid is not coming out this season, it's coming out the next season after, so kind of a bit delayed.
So, well, that's disappointing, but what can you do?
Yeah. In terms of other threads that they could go through, it's like that fallen armor that they had. Something I think is personally cool. If they're doing something in the throne world with the fallen, specifically the light fallen, is having a dilemma between the fallen, or sorry, the Elixir, and the Scorn, because I feel like that's an interesting dynamic which we haven't seen too much about, apart from in Forsaken, where it was hinted they don't like each other. But that doesn't mean any like gameplay, at least, where they don't really like each other.
I mean, there's probably somewhere in the lore about that, right?
Probably, yeah, but I'm not going to look in like several pages of lore just to look for that one time.
Fair point. Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see like the conflict with it in a seasonal story, because if you think about it, the Scorn are undead Elixir, and it's very possible that some people they knew when they were alive are now Scorn and murderous machines, and it could be an awkward conversation. And the fact that also now they worship the darkness as well. So that's an interesting concept, in my opinion. Basically, we'll go through the ringer with all the enemies. The Taken, I don't think we're going to get anything with the Taken this season. Because I just don't think it makes sense currently. Vex, I would say the same too. The Hive, very possible. We've had a lot of Hive, and probably we'll still have a lot more Hive later on the season. At the seasons.
I mean, we got 2 dungeons, an entire world dedicated to it. So I mean,
it's highly likely, but also the fact that it's also been a lot of it recently could also be the reason why it doesn't do it. So,
point.
And then it's the Taken. Did I mention already Taken? I think I mentioned the Taken. The Vex I've already mentioned. The Cabal. That's it. We won't have the Cabal. I doubt we'll have Cabal 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so that's my roundup on that. And yeah, I think we're getting the smallish podcast here. It's a bit longer than the last one, and no Mara here, unfortunately. But yeah, if you liked this video, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now. Bye.